Employment, hallowed by the name, I already know. You know, I'm proud to say that I've never actually been employed, like, ever in my life. Like, okay, I will admit there were times where I was asked to do work, and I got paid for it, and it wasn't like, you know, my parents or something. It was like a whole organization asking me to do work. But, like, it wasn't like a job or anything. Like, we don't like using that word around here. Because, you know, jobs might be one of the most hated things in society right now. Somehow, everybody wants it, and nobody wants it at the same time. Everyone's always like, oh, bro, I hate jobs. Don't say the J word out loud. But then at the same time, they're like, oh, bro, I need to get a job. I need to go get a job. And it's like, go get a job. Other people trying to tell you to go get a job. But, like, you know, you can't tell me. You know who else didn't have a job? The Buddha never had a job. Gandhi never had a job. Or usually did. For a little bit, he didn't have a job. I think he was a lawyer for a little bit. George Washington, he was basically unemployed after he became president, you know. I'm just saying, those three people, those are some pretty big people, and they never even had jobs. But to be honest, I think the reason for this bipolar attitude towards jobs is because it combines two of people's least favorite and most favorite things. The least favorite thing being work. People hate working. Like me, like personally, you ask me to do work, I'm not gonna do it because, you know, I don't like working unless I have to. But their most favorite things, which is money, which, you know, you already know, like, you know, by the way, you should subscribe so I can get money off this channel and, like, share this with your friends so I get more views and also get more money. But, yeah, it combines two things that people really like and really dislike. And people are conflicted by this because they know they want the money, but they also know they hate doing work. And a job represents not the work that you have to do or the money you have to do, but the turmoil inside of you because of the fact that you have to pick between those two things that you both love and hate. Now, some people say the solution to this is to get a job in a field that you're actually passionate about. But, you know, that's where another problem lies. My passions are gooning and watching Instagram reels. Like, there aren't a lot of jobs that really require that as a skill. Like, if they are, tell me, I'll go do it right now. But, you know, that's the problem that a lot of people face when it comes to trying to find jobs. Their passions don't really align with where the money's at or really where any job is. Because if it is, then, you know, everyone would go be like a freaking professional gooner or like an artist or something. Like, a lot of jobs are just really boring and really tedious. So, you know, what's the solution to this, right? Become a politician, that's the solution. Let me tell you why, though. So, politicians, right? You don't actually have to do anything. All you have to do is go up on stage, go up on Congress or something, and say what you're gonna do. You never actually have to do it. You just have to keep convincing people that you're gonna do it eventually, right? So if you're a procrastinator, right, that's like the ideal job ever, because, you know, it's just professional procrastination. But even if you're not a professional procrastinator and you want to, you know, do something else, politician, again, you don't actually have to do anything. You just have to say you're doing something. So just say you're doing something, then just do whatever you want. And politicians, you know, suspiciously, they make a lot of money, even though, you know, they only get paid like $100,000 or something for their jobs, or maybe probably even less. So therefore, also magicians. So if you become a politician, you learn how to use magic to make your money double suspiciously somehow, even though your salary is a lot lower, but you get the money, and then you can do whatever you want. So whatever your actual passions are, whether it be gooning, procrastinating, Twitch streaming, you know, you can just do that instead. So I think the next generation of Americans should really enter the workforce by going into politics and, you know, actually impacting their own lives by, you know, doing politics. Jokes aside, another thing people often say to do is that, oh, you know, you should start your own business, you should become an entrepreneur. And they think like, oh, you know, like entrepreneur, it's basically like free money and you don't have to work a 9 to 5. You hashtag escape the matrix and you're free or something. Here's why entrepreneurship does not help you escape the matrix or give you free time. If you're an entrepreneur or a business owner and you actually want to get rich, like, you know, like you want to be like the next Bill Gates or something, you're probably going to be working even more than a 9 to 5. You're probably going to be working like a freaking like 8 to 12, and you're gonna sleep in your office so your company can see, so you can get the big bucks, and it's probably not even gonna work out then, you know. Like, entrepreneurship is like harder than getting an actual job. But what's the final goal? What do we take away from this video about jobs, right? So let's recap real quick, right? Jobs are so we can get money, but it's not just getting money, it's also doing work. We like money and we don't like jobs, therefore we're in a predicament because we want what we like, but in order to do what we like, we need to do that which we don't. So, what should we do? I don't know, you should really think about it, you know, but like, get off this video and get a job, bro. That's my advice.